Te korero mō Poutini me te ahunga mai o te Pounamu. Whakarongo mai. Taku kuru Pounamu, my prized treasure of Pounamu. Taku koko taniwha, my ear pendant of taniwha. I ahu mai koe I whea. Where did you come from? He aha o korero tau kiuki. What are your ancient stories? On the island of Tuhua lived Waitaiki with her tāne, Tamaahua. She had just woken up, and after rising from her moenga, she stretched and looked out to the moana, as she always started the day with a cocoa in the refreshing waters of Tangaroa.
Tamaahua e te tau, matika, maranga, the day is upon us. Tamanuitera has not long come over te paiwai o te rangi.
E te tau, Waitaiki. How beautiful you are this morning. Hoki mai ki te moenga. Come back to bed, plenty of time to cocoa.
Engari mo tēnā, matika. Why don't you come and enjoy the refreshing waters of Tangaroa? Kāre tuatu I tēnā hei tīmatanga mo te rā. No greater way to start the day.
E mea nei koe refreshing? The water is bloody cold. Heka, now, if it was to have a cocoa in the waiwera, like those pools of Waitaiki, I'd be in there.
Well, it's not. Nō reira, ko koe ki tau, ko ahau ki tāku, each to their own.
Waitaiki, hoki mai ki te moenga, we can cocoa in the avo, when tamanui te rā is high in the sky, and it's much warmer.
Ka, ho, re, e noho rā, I'm off. Catch you up.
Nō reira, Waitaiki made her way down to the moana. The sound of the waves were like a song, calling her to the waters of Tangaroa. Unbeknown to her, Poutini, the great taniwha of Ngāhui, was lurking in the waters. He had taken refuge at Tuhua, hiding from another taniwha named Whatipu. As he was hiding, he saw the beautiful Waitaiki undress and step into the ocean. He was overcome with her great splendor, and all his worries about Whatipu left him.
I have never seen any woman, in fact, anything as beautiful. I must have her.
As Waitaiki bathed, she had no idea that Poutini was upon her. With his huge claws, he snatched her.
Oh, where? Hea tēnei hanga. What is this?
Kauai mataku e hine. I will look after you.
You great big
Taniwha.
Koina! You great big, terrible, wicked taniwha! Oh.
Wicked? No, I'm not wicked.
Yes, you are. You snatched me. And while I had no kaku on even. What does that go? I mean, taniwha. Whakahokea ahau e naia tonu nei. Return me at once.
We cannot return, as my enemy Whatipu wants my head.
Well, good on Whatipu. My tāne, Tamaahua, is going to want your head too. Now take me back, please. I beg you.
Aha koa te tohe a Waitaiki kia Poutini, kia whakahokingia ia ki Tuhua au Wariake. No matter how much Waitaiki fought and pleaded for Poutini to return her back to Tuhua, he would not. Meanwhile, Tamaahua had already found his wife's clothes on the shore and suspected foul play. Tamaahua went to his tuahu, his sacred place. Seeking divine help from his atua, he cast an enchanted tekatekahe dart to the air, and it hovered, then pointed in the direction that his wife had been taken. He pushed his waka out to sea, and after a powerful karakia to give him power and his waka speed, he set off. Poutini swam north with Waitaiki in his clutches. He made landfall at Ōpito Bay and lit a fire there to warm her. This scorched the land there, and at tahanga, which means naked, this marked the onewa or basalt forever.
The fire may be warm, but your wicked heart is cold.
There, ahine. You come to love me like your husband.
Korero atu.
Waitaiki, e tahu.
Tamaahua had closed in on Poutini. He could now see that his wife had been taken by a taniwha. He shouted and cursed Poutini.
O kohua koe taniwha. Leave my wife be.
Poutini let out a great roar, then snatched up Waitaiki and took to the land. Not long after, Tamaahua reached the shore, employing his karakia, he took great strides after Poutini. But alas, the taniwha also had supernatural powers.
Tamaahua, e te tau, whaia mai rā.
Waitaiki e!
The chase ensued. Poutini made his way to Te Kōpua Kānapanapa, the name of the Patupaerehe for Lake Taupo. Again he stopped at a place there called Whangamata to rest. He lit another fire here, which also scorched the earth and rock.
Poutini, whakamutu atu, stop! Leave me here to be, and I will wait for Tamaahua. He will not give up. Leave me.
O kohua koe taniwha. Whakamutu atu.
Poutini would not listen to either of him. The whole thing became just as much as a competition of mana. Poutini was hell-bent on outrunning Tamaahua to show him up as being weak, just as much as he wanted to keep Waitaiki for himself. On Poutini went, making his way down to Te Upoko Te Ika, taking to Te Moana o Raukawakawa, heading to Rangitoto or D'Urville Island, then on to Whangamoa above Whakatū or Nelson, then to Te Onetahua or Farewell Spit. Each location fires were lit, and still Tamaahua followed.
Tamaahua e! Whaia mai rā e te tau, whaia mai rā!
Waitaiki, e te tau.
Poutini then went to Pāhua, near Punakaiki, then past Mawhera Nui and Taramakau and Arahura, then on to Mahitahi, where the tūpuna in their time would embark on their waka to travel by sea. Poutini did not need a waka, however, and with his captive Waitaiki, he carried on to Pio Pio Tahi, Milford Sound.
Tōtane, he hoha. He's annoying. He should just leave and go back to Tuhua. I don't know why he carried on like this.
Because he loves me.
I love you.
No, you don't. This has just turned into a stupid chase and has nothing to do with me. It's all about you. He tikataku, you're wicked. Tamaahua, whaia mai rā e te tau, whaia mai rā.
By now, Waitaiki was exhausted and overcome with emotion. When they reached Takiwai, at the mouth of Pio Pio Tahi, her grief erupted and she cried with deep sorrow. Her tears fell on the stone there at Takiwai. Tamaahua carried on, following his tekatekahe. He reached Takiwai and saw the stones there that had been wept upon by Waitaiki. Her roimata, her tears, had turned the stone into a beautiful translucent green, which is known today as tangiwai. Tamaahua consulted his tekatekahe, which hovered in the air, pointing back to the direction from which he had come.
Oh, where? Somehow that sneaky taniwha doubled back on me.
He turned back, and on the winds of Tāwhiri Mātea, he could hear the voice of Waitaiki.
Tamaahua! Whaia mai rā te tau! Whaia mai rā!
Ākua nei koe iau, poko taniwha.
Poutini had returned to the waters of Arahuda, and with Waitaiki had gone upstream. He was indeed a wicked taniwha, and a selfish one at that.
Waitaiki, your Tane will not give up. He has chased me from Tuhua, from the great fish of Maui, through oceans and over mountains.
And he will never give up. Never! Ko te aroha o Māua, mau tonu ana, mo ake tonu atu.
Well, Heine, if I cannot have you, then your wretched husband will not have you either. Ka whakakoha tu ti aiha. Ka noho tonu koe ki koneki, ki Arahuda, mo ake tonu atu. You will be turned to stone and be here in the waters of Arahuda forever.
Tamaahua made his way up to Arahuda, ready to do battle with Poutini. But Poutini had long gone. He had slipped past Tamaahua to the ocean of the west coast, where he resides today. What Tamaahua did find was a most beautiful stone, and straight away he knew his wife, Waitaiki, had been turned to stone.
Oh, where te tau? Waitaiki. Taku kuru Pounamu. Taku koko tangiwai. I will always treasure you in my heart. I will name the nearby hills, one after our home, Tuhua, and the other shall be named after me, Tamaahua. That way, I will always be close to you, e te tau.
Tamaahua returned, and Waitaiki remained as the mauri and mother of all Pounamu. For those children of hers are the smaller pieces of Pounamu, which broke off her and forever remain in the riverbed of Arahuda.
Gather up close, everybody.
With our first korero, and we better start at the beginning or somewhere thereabouts. So we'll start with Io, the supreme being, or another interpretation could be like consciousness itself, like existence and energy. And from that comes te kore, and then te pō, and then te ao marama. So on one layer we could look at that as te kore as the potential, like something formless, because even though kore translates to zero or nothing, there's never nothing in our world or in our universe. So yeah, something intangible and formless that we can't quite touch or even see with our eyes. The many phases of te kore, and then we have te pō, the darkness, the unknowing, like because it's come from something that's potential, or from a thought, we know that there's something there, but it's not yet realized. So it's in that darkness, things are coming together kind of phase. And then we've got te ao marama, the world of light. Marama, to understand, to be enlightened. Marama, the moon. Rama, light. So that kind of physical manifestation phase of the process. And I think we're just a little bit over time. But another layer of it could be te kore, an original idea, and then te pō, the processes and systems and preparations to make that come together or to realize that, and then te ao marama is the physical manifestation of that idea or the physical expression of that idea. Koe roku whakaro, that's what I reckon. Keen to hear your whakaro and perspective as well. Kia ora.